It's me, the Great Ascend.
Hey, it's me, the Great Nathan.
Welcome to the party. This is ASMR, brought to you by the Cold One with the boys. This is episode 27, titled NaCl. Today, we talk to the TheGreatHayley about D&D, Overwatch, being triggered, and ASMR. Oh, that doesn't fit. That's ASMR, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right, dude.
I guess you guys will let us know if that's how it's done. I have no idea.
Jesus Christ. Like we do at the end of this intro. Yeah. Dance it on out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanna crack that door with that voice, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No more baby mamas, no more kids to watch, cause I got babysitters. Now it's time for licking, come on, give it to me, cause it's my escape. Now it's time to annihilate, till my troubles all die away. I'm on a diet, eh? Please do not try this, cause do not invite it. I'm dripping in go call the Midas. This night I was excited, it got me reignited. I've been waiting so long I can't fight it, but now I'm Mike Tyson inside, I'm on fire. It ain't nothing like a true bro.
Just before you came in here to record, we were talking about, like, I don't even know what we were talking about, but you used like the wrong word, and then we both sat there for like 5 minutes trying to think of the word that he's wanting to use instead, and it was just we were both like, oh, this is going to be a great podcast because we can't even think of words right now.
I hate that so much. Like, I get so many words confused, and they're dumb words. Like, I got pink and yellow confused for so much of my childhood, and they're not the same. And I would say, oh yeah, that's yellow.
Easter colors.
It's not yellow.
You know, to this day, when someone tells me north, you obviously think of up, right?
Yeah.
Or to me, I think of up, and then south, I think down. However, east and west, I've always had to think about it. Like, when someone's like, oh, it's east, I'm like, wait a second, is that left or right? Like, I always have to think about it for a second. Like, it sucks, because sometimes I try to be, like, cool and fucking do it right away, and then I end up doing the wrong direction. I'm like, well, damn it.
Every time somebody asks me that, like, it doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, I literally do the whole little shuffle thing where you, like, about face, like, shuffle to the left or to the right, trying to, like, figure out where my bearings are and, like, reference to my house. I'm like, that way.
I hate when people ask for directions. I just can't. I'm like, oh, it's by this building. I don't know where that's at. Well, I don't know the street names, so I have to go off of where things are at.
That's how my wife is.
Yeah.
You have to give her, like, well, it's next to the Walmart, that's next to the Ross, next to the McDonald's. She's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I'm like, all right.
It's just easy to remember it by landmarks. And
I guess.
But as far as, like, forgetting words, I do that during D&D all the time. I'll be in the middle of, like, a crazy scene, and I'm like, I want to do this, and this happens, but I don't know the word that I'm looking for. And I'll just sit there and, like, take up time, because I'm like, I know the word. And so we'll start running through words, trying to get it. I'm like, whatever. I do something similar to this thing. I want to dive. Wait, no. I want to jump. You know, it's ridiculous.
I've done D&D before, but, like, I've done, like, text RP the most. That's what have the most experience with. But D&D, like, I feel like I would fail at that if I'm not, like, on point, because I'd run into the exact same thing. When I do any kind of D&D or RP, I have to think about, you know, what I'm writing or whatever. And when you're doing it live like that, I think
it depends on the group a lot. Like, I've played so many games in the last year and a half or so, 2 years, and I started out on more of a professional channel, And they were all like voice actors and stuff. And it's like, I can't do voices. They're all going to sound like super racist, you know? They're all like A+, like the coolest German accent I've ever heard from a South Carolinian woman, you know? And I just can't do it. And so I would like get real bad anxiety because I'm like, I want to do what you're doing, but I can't. And so that's real stressful. And then I found easier groups where it's all silly and they don't really care so much about being in character that far, but they still play their character. So if you got like a real alcoholic who just wants to fight everybody he sees character, he's going to play that character, but he's not going to put a voice to it, you know? Right. So it's all about finding like a good dynamic. And so I've played a bunch of different games trying to find players that I could connect with on that level.
Yeah. Yeah,
see, I feel like
sorry, go ahead.
I feel like I would be better at like IRL D&D because I am terrible with typing the English language. And I mean, I somewhat have trouble speaking it apparently sometimes too. But,
yeah, words are hard.
Like I've tried to do text, you know, D&D stuff, you know, playing with the Sin and other people that we know, and I get so much shit for misspelling words and using the wrong grammar. Like I put commas in the wrong place. They're like, fix it, Spurg. I'm like, holy shit! All right, like I get assaulted. So if I did like real time D&D, I'd probably be better at it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done like the text version. I've only played it on streams. I've never played it like in person or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's
okay.
It's definitely a different experience, I'd say that, from what I've seen anyway.
Yeah, online, I mean, it can be... I have the most fun when it's, like, in person with friends that you know. I think that's the best possible version of doing D&D. But, I don't know. I've also never done online D&D. I've never tried that. So is it like a co-stream of, like, a bunch of different people just playing D&D, or...
So the way that it works is there's that Roll20 site, which is where you put your maps and your characters and roll your dice. And then there's the camera words. See, here it comes. They have a thing called Zoom, which is where you can like see each other and there's voice and stuff. Kind of like Skype, I guess, but better. Right. And we all get together, and there's one streamer. He or she sets it all up for it to be streamed on OBS or whatever you use, and they go it from one stream. So we all kind of bring our communities together on the one place. That way, it's not like people everywhere. Mm-hmm. But it's always been fun. It can kind of get hectic with it when it's online, because if you've played before, it's hard getting people together on a constant basis like that. Yeah. And so when you're online, it's like, it's every Thursday at 8. And it's like, okay, we can do this. And then just things come up. You know, people have lives and jobs and families. And, you know, things happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think that my favorite thing that I've ever read about D&D was a story of some dude that played an orc thief, I think, or a rogue or something. And they put all their points completely all into charisma. so they had no actual stealth skill as a rogue, which makes no sense. But what they would do is they would go to a place, and when someone saw them, he would yell at them and say, like, you can't see me right now, and like the guard would actually look away like they were stealth.
That's beautiful.
Because their charisma was so high that it worked.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. It was like, his name was like Grog. He's like, you can't see Grog. And just, it's fucking hilarious.
It's beautiful whenever characters that make no sense just work out perfectly.
Yeah.
Having a roll dumb wizard or a smart but not very strong barbarian, you know, and it just happens to go your way when you roll the dice, which is totally like, there's no luck, or there's no skill to it. It's complete luck. Please, dice gods, like, give me a 20, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, now that I think about it, we tried to do a D&D story at our buddy Chris's house a while back. Do you remember that? You guys brought out like the whole character sheet and all that kind of stuff. Do you remember?
I don't remember that, honestly.
I don't remember. I remember there was quite a few of us. You guys had literally like started the D&D match already, and like I was still trying to fill out the fucking character sheet. Like,
it's the best part.
There's just too much for me to keep up with. So
yeah,
I was like, what does charisma mean? I don't even fucking know, dude.
Well, it means what it actually means in the English language, Nathan.
I don't know what that means either.
What are words?
Yeah, what are words?
See?
Yeah. It's okay. I have the excuse that I'm Bulgarian. So.
Oh, shut up.
Do you use it like really out of context?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, you can't take that. That's not yours. It's okay, I'm Bulgarian.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
absolutely do that. Like if I ever like flub a line or just say something stupid. It doesn't even have to, it can be grammatically correct, but it's just something stupid. I'll be like, it's okay, guys. I'm Bulgarian. Like, I don't know the English language.
Yeah, I'm foreign.
Yeah, I'm
I
foreign.
came to
I'm
America
foreign.
like 10 years
I'm
ago.
not from here, so it's okay.
And I just hit 20 years that I've been in the U.S. Like way more than half of my life. Like I'm 27, so it makes no sense that I keep saying that, but whatever.
And whatever makes you happy.
Yep, that absolutely makes me really happy. So I'm gonna keep doing it.
Foreigners.
But anyway, so I've been by your stream a few times, and most of the time that I've popped in, you're playing Overwatch. Would you say that's like the top game you like to play on stream?
So the last few months, I haven't been able to play online games. My internet was just so shitty; it just wasn't working out because I had just moved, and so it's like I guess I can only do IRL streams or story games or offline games, I guess. And I moved again recently to move in with my boyfriend, and the internet was way better. So the fact that I could stream online games again and not have as many issues, I've been kind of addicted to Overwatch again. So it's less so that it's my favorite game to stream. It's just the fact that I can play again, play with my friends. So right. I'm definitely more of a story-based streamer. I played like Witcher 3 for way longer than I should have. The game is so much fun. But I play games like that. I've been playing Skyrim lately. I just like games that have story to it, and there's objectives, and less of shoot and kill over and over again, because that kind of gets old to me.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Would you ever be into a game like Far Cry 5, for example?
Oh yeah, I was actually playing that on stream. I was doing the DLC recently.
Oh, okay.
So I like games like that, because it's still a shooter game, but it's story driven. Like I loved Far Cry 3 when that came out.
Far Cry 3 is great.
Such a good game. So I love games like that. It's not so much that shooter games are the problem. It's like Call of Duty. The ones that are just the multiplayer shooting each other over and over again. That just gets really old to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I enjoy those games, but I agree in the sense that unless you're like some esports pro, it's probably not the best game to stream in general.
Yeah, so I kind of just stream Overwatch when I just want to have a chill evening with my friends. Because then I'm still streaming, I'm hanging out with people, I'm having a good time, and my community gets to see me having a good time. So
right.
Yeah, we actually recently, probably 2 days ago, you co-streamed with one of our APM sponsored streamers, Kilroy Killjoy.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. You guys were playing Overwatch. So that was, I mean, like Overwatch is a game I suck at completely. I don't play it, but
I'm not great at it. I am not great at it at all.
I guarantee I'm worse.
Probably, but I mean, like,
probably. Wow,
probably.
I've been playing a lot lately. All right, I'm decent, but I'm not I'm not great. I'm not terrible. I like to
Are
say
you a Mercy main?
I am a Mercy main.
Oh God.
Man, okay.
Why is every girl a Mercy main?
Look, not every girl is a Mercy main. When I first started playing, there were no healers. No one wanted to be a healer. So I was used to playing MMOs, and I played support a lot because my boyfriend at the time wanted to be DPS. I was like, well, whatever, I'll support you. You do whatever. And so it kind of carried over into Overwatch. Was like, no one wants to heal. Fuck it, I'll heal, And I just liked playing Mercy so much back when she had the full team res, So I've been playing basically since it came out. Would quit every now and again and get back into it. So I just happen to like it, okay? It's not that like every girl's a healer. No, I happen to like Mercy. I've been kind of branching away from her lately since they refused to stop nerfing her. So I've been doing more like Moira and Junkrat. What was the other person was playing today? I don't know, but I've been trying to like branch out and try new things instead of being like a one-trick pony. Because I have like, oh my God, how many hours? Like almost 200, I think, in Mercy. And I've only played the game like 250 something hours. I don't know. But I can't help myself. No one wants to be a healer. So I just kind of take that role, Someone's got to do it. So why not me?
I mean, that's what I end up playing too if I play, just because, no one likes to be a healer. But why Mercy? I don't know.
And she's the easiest of the support characters to play.
Well, I mean, not only is she the easiest, she's probably the most, like, I don't know.
She's currently
maybe it is because
the best healer. They're about to nerf her again, but she does the most healing, and she just outranks everyone else currently. They're about to change all that, so she won't be a must pick as much, but it's just because she's so easy to play. You either left click or right click to heal or boost, You shift to fly to people. It's pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
The other ones you have to aim.
Can still fuck it up.
Maybe it's been this long since I played, or I just haven't noticed it. It's most likely I just haven't noticed it. But they took away her mass res.
Oh yeah, like a year ago, I think.
A couple seasons ago.
Okay. So I have played since then. I just haven't noticed. So she can only res like one person now, or?
Yeah, for a while it was 2, and then they were like, yeah, it's too strong. So they brought her back down to 1, and then the cooldown wasn't long enough. She's doing too much damage. Her Valkyrie is too strong. There was just so much.
Just erase her from the game.
That's what people keep saying. They're like, no one's going to be happy till she's just gone. I'm like, but no. Right. All the Mercy mains are crying.
Yeah, I mean, when I play support, I like the ones that can do a little bit of damage too, like Anna or Zenyatta.
But Anna requires you to aim, and I'm just I can't do it. I'm real bad. And then with Zenyatta, I get too aggressive. I become less of a healer and more of a DPS.
Yeah, you're more damage.
More DPS.
So I just can't play Zenyatta. So I've been playing Moira so that I can still heal but attack, because I'll throw like a healing orb and then I'll just like right click, like let's hurt everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't ever played Moira because it's a new character and I don't play Overwatch often, but she seems OP.
Because you're bad.
It's not because I'm bad. Maybe it's because I'm bad that I don't enjoy the game as much, but I just don't enjoy that.
Have you tried getting good?
I have, yeah. Actually, when we played Savage. When Nathan and I played, what was it, like a year and a half ago? We actually like tried to get into it, like pretty hardcore. We started doing competitive. And as soon as we started doing competitive, like that game just triggers me. I'm sorry. Like when
it makes me so salty. It really, really does. I've been finding new profanities to shout lately when playing, and "you whore" has become my new thing. My boyfriend will check in on me every now and then. He's like, "Are you all right? You're shouting at whores?" I'm like, "Shh, it's fine. Farrah's just a hater," you know.
Yeah, Nathan gets real creative with
let's not go into that.
With different profanity that is unheard of.
It's literally just random words thrown together. It makes sentences.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
get
how
how
you live your
people
life.
can make clean versions of curse words, like shiitake mushrooms or
can't.
stuff. Like, I don't
Yeah.
get how
It's-
that comes out of your mouth when you're angry. How
It's like
are you yelling
elementary
food
school.
things?
It's like elementary school profanity.
Yeah.
Shiitake mushrooms. Who the fuck says that?
I don't know, but I have some like family friendly streamers that I care about so very much. They're great people, but they just say some really funny things. Shiitake mushrooms is one of them. What was that one phrase? Sugar honey iced tea is something that she yells out every now and again.
Oh, sugar honey. That's from
It
Madagascar.
is from Madagascar.
Jesus.
But she just yells like
sugar honey iced tea.
random things like that. I'm just like, what are you doing? Well, mock her. It's hilarious. But I mean, whatever you want to do, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like Nathan will probably disagree with me because he's an asshole, but
Wow. Throwing shade, dude.
I would like to believe that most games don't trigger me like when I suck at them. But it
That's
happens
bullshit.
that the two games that like the one game that we both play a lot and Overwatch are two games where I do get triggered pretty hard when I'm
What are the
doing that.
games?
Mhm.
Well, we play World of Warcraft. That's like our big game.
Ah.
That's what we play a lot. We're MMO guys. But yeah, Overwatch is like in PvP on World of Warcraft, I will rage if we're doing bad.
It doesn't matter what game we're playing.
Yes, it
like
does.
If we're doing PvP and he's losing, it literally takes like 3 losses in a row, and you hear headphones flying.
No,
keyboard
I never get
slamming.
violence.
He's like, "I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done.
I don't get
I'm
violent.
done," and just leaves the group.
I get silent. You know how I am. I get silent. And I'm just like, I don't want to do it anymore.
So fucking annoying, dude.
I mean, I get that
You
though.
throw, like-
I totally get that because I get salty with Overwatch too. But it's like if it's people are picking like really trolly characters, or it's just a really shitty game. We've lost 6 in a row, and I'm just like, I just don't want to play anymore. I quit. I can't.
Well,
I need a break.
it's not even necessarily that it's the game. It's like, obviously, with a high skill cap game like Overwatch that will take a lot of practice to get good at, you have to put time into it to get good at it. But even if you suck, like, I'm losing my train of thought right now.
Spit it out.
So
You'll get there.
this is
You
what
can
I'm
do it.
talking about, words. But no, like, if you suck at Overwatch, it just triggers the shit out of me. And I guess it is PvP. It has to be PvP.
It is PvP.
And see, I was in that boat, and that's why I'm so happy that I found friends to play with. Having a full
Mhm.
group, and we're just having a good time. We're joking with each other. We'll pick each other's characters. You know, it'll just be completely silly, and it improves it. You may be losing over and over again, and it may be really tough games, but it's still fun at being able to be around people and just to bullshit with each other.
Right? See, that's why I enjoy playing video games. I play video games to hang out with my family, my friends, and whoever else I meet online.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if I'm losing in PvP. Sure, I'd like to win. And if I go on a losing streak of 10, 15 matches, I'm gonna eventually get mad and probably stop for the night. But I play, I enjoy, I like to have fun, but a sin. And then my younger
I
brother
just get triggered
are what
faster
I
than you,
call
that's all.
top tier PvPers. And so, they've reached high ranks in the game, and then they come down and play with some like plebeians like myself, and then they lose, and then they just get mad and stop. I'm like, cool. Like I wasn't having fun or anything. Like, fuck you too.
Okay, so my train of thought came back, and this is what I was actually meaning
About
to say.
time.
Yeah, I know. It came all the way around to the train station, and it's back.
Full circle.
Okay, so I actually enjoy games like Overwatch when I want to take the time to get good at them. But Overwatch itself is like not rewarding enough to me. Even when I'm doing good, it's not rewarding enough for me to actually put time into it to get good. Because I know if I did put the time in, I would eventually get good and
I think
not
that's
get as
what comp
triggered.
is for. Like, you get rewarded for being good at the game if you play comp. With quick
Mhm.
play, you're just here to be here.
Well,
You know?
I even tried comp, and even then, like, you'd get bad teammates, you'd get like no tanks in your group, and if you suck at that role, like I suck at tanks, for example. So if no one picks tank, I can't pick tank because I just fucking suck at it, and then it just enrages me because we're losing hard because of that.
Well, and Overwatch, or Blizzard, I guess, did a really smart thing recently. They added like a find players kind of thing, so you can select what role you play, and you can look for other players that fill the other roles for a team.
That's a good idea.
Huh.
Yeah, it was genius that they added that. They also added like an endorsement program, which kind of helps with toxicity. So if you're a good player, you get good sportsmanship at the end of the game, you know, and you get leveled up for however many things you get. There's not much other than the fact that you get a little ding at the end of the game that you did good, you know. There's nothing else to it.
So what ends up happening is the shitty people start playing with the shitty people that are all toxic at the bottom.
I feel like that's what happened. I hope it's what happens. I don't know.
That's great.
But
that's where I'd be.
It's been better since they added that. People are trying to get these little numbers that say, "Look, people like me," you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like until you get out of Diamond, like people just play like they're in quick play.
I'm in a happy silver.
Oh God! That's why I can't play the game. Like if my placements fall below Diamond, like if my placements don't go good, like I just don't play that season because unless you're at Diamond or above, like literally you're playing quick play.
I've only been in silver, so
yeah. Like
my goal is to get to gold one day.
There you go.
Yeah,
you can do it.
I'm just thinking, like with any game, when it comes down to competitive play, if it's me, like the reason we're losing is me, I get mad at myself. And if it's other people, that's when I really get triggered because like I can't do anything about someone else.
The thing that upsets me is when people purposely pick something that's obviously not working. Like Hanzo's and Dunkrats are great, right?
Oh,
freaking Widow and Hanzo's irritate the hell out of me. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I guess we're losing. You know,
well, I guess we should never play together. So
I've played with good Hanzos and Widows. Like I have a friend, and he's great at it. He gets play of the game every time. You know, so they don't bother me when it's working. But when it's clearly not working, and you refuse to swap off of it, it triggers me so much, and I'm like, I'm just not going to heal anymore. Like I refuse. If you're not gonna play like a team, I'm not gonna play like a team. You know, I get real petty. I'm just like, be a child, you're a child. You know.
Yeah, I get what you mean, and I think it's also the size of the team. Like League of Legends is another one of those games that I get triggered at because
I hate MOBAs.
It's a smaller team. It's the most toxic game in my opinion out of any other.
I've watched gameplay for it, like streams, and I hate it. I hate playing it. I hate everything about it.
And I think that's why Arena from WoW, like a 3v3, I think that's why that also triggers me, is because smaller groups trigger me. Like
it requires you to be better.
No.
You're now 35% of a team, not 10% of a team.
That is true. I agree with that, but that also means your teammates are worth so much more.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the part that triggers me. Like when I'm playing Battlefield 1, you know, you're on a team of like 50 people, and when you're losing, it still can be triggering if you're like carrying the team and you're like way far ahead of everyone else in kills and frags and all that.
You sound like my boyfriend.
Then it can be it can be infuriating at that point. But, you know, there's a lot more people that the blame can go on, including yourself. Well, when it's 3 people and, like, I feel I'm doing everything that I can and the other 2 or one of the other 2 is not pulling their weight, I'm just like, fuck.
I feel like you're throwing shade in the background at me right now.
I am.
Is that you?
This is all coming around to it being
full
Nathan's
circle.
fault.
I'm not the hugest fan of PvP games. I'm really not. Like I get asked like all the time, "Do you play Fortnite?" No, I don't. Well, why not? I don't like Battle Royale games because everyone's better than me.
Mhm.
Honestly, my
Right.
favorite thing is cooperative PvP, where I can team up with my friends and play against the other team. But I'm very competitive in nature, so I have to win if we're doing that.
It just makes me
And,
anxious. I'm like, there could be somebody around every corner, and it just drives me insane. And then I feel like I'm the burden of the team. It's like, I'm just gonna go die in the corner.
No.
Okay, y'all keep going without me, all right?
I'm making myself sound like such a douchebag. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you're not making yourself sound like
Wow,
a douchebag. You just
okay.
are a douchebag, okay?
I don't know
Like,
you
you're
enough to
just
make that
finally
claim,
realizing it.
so.
It's okay. I won't be offended.
She's like, but from the last 30 minutes, you sound like a fucking
Yeah,
dickbag.
douche, man.
No.
Douche
Like,
canoe. That's another like real fun word that I used for a while in Overwatch. Douche canoe.
Douche
Yeah.
canoe.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But no, I mean, like 90% of the time I'm chill, and I'm completely fine playing.
Just
video
not with
games.
PvP.
Will you just agree with me for once, Nathan? Please just help me out a little bit.
Probably not, dude.
Okay, not 90%. Let's say 70%.
I'll give you 62.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, most of the time it's fine. It's just when it gets into competitive or high rating, like competitive, then I can't handle it unless we're doing well.
I
And then
feel
when we're
like I
doing
would
well,
just
it's
get
like the best
frustrated.
feeling in the world.
Like silver is too much for me. I can't imagine if I was playing with better people because I have friends that are higher ranked. And when you play quick play sometimes, if you have somebody that has more hours, it will match you to people that are higher up as well. So I'll think I'm doing really good, and then suddenly we get matched with like higher tier people. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm just not having a good game, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah, and
do
I mean-
it if I was good.
Like if you were to ask any of the people that I play Rocket League with, for example, and they listen to this podcast, they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen this side of a son before, because for some reason, even if I'm losing, Rocket League just doesn't piss me off. I don't know what it is.
It's because nobody gives a fuck about Rocket League, dude.
I do. I
Rocket
love
League's
Rocket
another
League.
one of those games I don't care about.
It's so terrible.
It's a really high skill cap game, and I will defend it till
Yeah,
the day
yeah,
I
yeah.
die.
Man, Overwatch made like a rip-off version of Rocket League. I already forgot the name of that game. Called Lucio Ball.
Damn.
And I couldn't stand it. But all of my friends, whenever that freaking event came out, everyone's like, let's play Lucio Ball. And I
Mhm.
hated it. I hated it so much. And the only one memory that I have of that game that was enjoyable is we were drunk playing Overwatch, and we got everybody, our team and their team, to all crouch and just play the game crouch the entire time. So it was much
Oh my
slower. It was
God.
hilarious. And we would just boot the ball from there. And the very last round, we were like, let's all stand up and go. And so they realized it too. And I was emoting. I was the goalkeeper. I have a clip of this on my channel, actually. I'm really excited about. I got play of the game with it. But I was emoting, and it hit me, and I'm still emoting, and they're all rushing at me, and I finally get out of the emote, and I run to the other side with the ball, and I score, and we won because of it.
Damn.
And it was just hilarious to me, because I'm drunk, and it was just,
Right.
hysterical. And the fact that we got the other team to do that with us, because they weren't doing it at first. We were all crouching, and the rest of them were playing correctly. They were scoring points, and we just kept doing it. And eventually they joined with us, and then we just kicked their ass afterwards, and it was just hilarious.
No. Yeah. I never actually played Lucio Ball, but it kind of sounds like Rocket League. I mean, it's soccer-like game.
Yeah,
so
I mean, if
guess
you
so.
like Rocket League, you may enjoy it if you enjoy Lucio.
I mean, soccer is just my favorite sport, so I guess that's what it comes from. At the end of the day, I sound like Kilroy. At the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day. That's that man's favorite phrase, dude. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, that is his favorite phrase. At the end of the day, you know.
I don't even remember how I met him. It just,
I was gonna ask that. I don't even know how you guys
I
met.
think we just knew mutual people. I don't know if y'all know who Strict Liability is, but he's everywhere on Twitch and Twitter. And he introduces me
he
to
follows us.
he introduces me to so many people. He introduces so many people to people. And I feel like I met Kilroy through Strict. And
Mhm.
we would see each other in other channels, and he came into my channel one day, and I was like, I know your name, but I don't know why I know your name. He's like, I know you, but I don't know why. And we're like, you want to be friends? And it's kind of how it went from there. We're just like, let's just hang out, I guess. We know each other, so that's a start. So we started playing Overwatch together. We're supposed to play Warframe together next week at some point.
I'm actually like unsure how we got on to you, because I remember you just following us one day, and I was like, oh, who's this? And then I think it was because of when we had Allie on.
Yeah, y'all had Allie, and she was posting it for the Team Kitty Discord, and like, hey guys, I'm on a podcast, like check it out.
Yeah, that's
and
gotta be it.
I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm very people that I care about, especially on Twitch, I'm very supportive. Like, share all your things. You got something going on? Like, I'm gonna post it in my Discord. I'm gonna share it around. I want other people to succeed so much. So they're excited about something. Absolutely. I'm excited for them. So her being on here was like, hell yeah, like y'all go listen to this. And then I also had to support you guys as well for having such an amazing person as Allie. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now I'm here.
Now you're here.
Full circle.
Representing Team Kitty TV 2.
Yes. Team Kitty it's such a great words. Team. Why is team such a hard word? It shouldn't have been, but it was.
No, for sure. Team Kitty, like she told us the story of like her growing up and having a difficult time as a girl gamer in school, and just the stigma around gaming as a girl, and just what Team Kitty's doing. I mean, I'll talk them up again from Allie's episode, but they're doing great stuff by putting together a team of girl gamers, which is awesome. I completely support it. So,
and I didn't really have that issue growing up. Like, my stepdad was a gamer, my dad was a gamer. Where I grew up, this is funny actually. People ask me why I'm the Great Haley, and I've always asked, do you want the truth or something exciting? And
both.
Yeah, let's hear both.
So the exciting one, it varies. I forget different answers, but it's like, my favorite thing to say is it's a self-proclaimed title. Like, when people ask why you're so great, I just am. I said so therefore I am. And that's my favorite response lately. I don't remember any of the fake stories that I used to use. I haven't been asked in a while. But actually, I grew up, and where I lived, there was a bunch of gamers, actually, but they were all into Halo. So I got really into Halo so that I could play with people. And they had this group called the Great Alliance. And they asked me what I wanted to name myself so that I could join the group. And I couldn't think of anything. Not anything at all. Because they're all picking names that were related to things they liked, like the Great Driver and the Great Waffle, like different names of that extent. One of the guys used to call me Muffin, and I was like, fuck it, let's go with the Great Muffin. And then one of the other guys was like, that could be taken dirty. I really don't think that you want to be called the Great Muffin on the internet. And I was like, that's a really good point. I'm going to go with the Great Haley, because fuck it. I don't know, man. So just where it came from, I was the Great Haley. And whenever I started streaming, I just had all the social medias as the Great Haley. I was like, I already own them. So, I mean, might as well carry on, instead of having to figure out a new name, because I'm so bad at names. I'm so bad at figuring out something. So it just worked out really well.
Yeah, I like that's one of my favorite things about this podcast, like with every new guest that we have, is hearing the origin story of their name.
Isn't that exciting?
It is. Like Aloe Broccoli's, how hers came together, and like Kilroy Killjoy. Like, it's interesting to hear how people came up with their names. So it's pretty cool. Ours are boring. It's just our actual names.
Yeah. So. Dude, like, being an MMO player, like, that's the longest part of a character creation for me. Yeah. Literally staring there at the name generation.
Yes.
Like, where you type in the name. I'll sit there for hours. Oh, I fucking hate it.
I go on the internet and, like, look up names. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. Name generators.
Elf name generator. Like,
hell yeah,
sit
man.
there. going through the names and you just nothing looks good the whole
Yep.
time. You're just like, oh, this
And then you
sucks.
find that one and you type it
And it's
in.
taken.
And, you,
And then it's taken.
It's
Yeah.
taken.
I hate that so much. Oh, but no, another thing that I used to do when people would ask about my name, I'd say Haley's not even my real name. And it would just throw people like off. Like, okay, so what is your real name?
like, what?
Like, why would you go by the Great Haley if that's not your real name? I'm like, I don't know. It's the internet. I can't trust you people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of people actually do that. I think in a way it can be smart. I mean, obviously I'm not taking that advice because I have my real name and it's a different name, so it's probably pretty easy to look up all of my information. Don't do it.
Oh yeah.
But but yeah, that's probably pretty smart, especially for girls. Like you guys get creeped on by some creepers on Twitch.
Oh, most
And,
definitely.
Yeah.
That's so awkward.
Yeah.
Like I've been in some female streamers like chat rooms, and like you can almost automatically find the creeps. And like I tend to lurk in most streams. Like I don't
No, you
talk
sound
much
like
in
one
them
of
because
those
I'm
creepers right now.
yeah whatever. I just watched the stream to watch a stream. Like I can't communicate with Twitch chat. They're all spurgs, and I can't stand it. So I just watch, but like you can just read them and find them. Just like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, most definitely. I promote a whole vibe of respect, basically, where it's a group of friends hanging out. That is the vibe that I want to have for my stream. And so if you're going to be too much, like you're pushing people's lines, like get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care if you've been a part of my community for 3 years or you sub every week or every month, you know. I don't care if you're going to disrespect people, myself, or new viewers, old viewers. I get out, you know. And so I got real lucky with my community that I have this whole friendship thing going on, and I don't have to worry about that so much. And when I do get trolls in that are saying weird things, my mods jump on it, and if I don't have mods, my community helps me. Lately, I've been turning them into jokes. Like if somebody comes in like, hey, you're really hot. I'm like, actually, I'm kind of cold. Hence why I'm wearing a sweater. But, you know,
that's pretty good.
Thanks, you know. And I've been trying to do better about that because it's entertaining content, but it's also blowing off a troll or blowing off a person that's saying things that may be inappropriate, you know?
Yeah, it's actually really smart. I mean, I know, you know, I'm a mod in a few streams, and some of my real life friends that are girls that also stream, they'll get up from their seat, you know, on stream and like go to the bathroom or something, and there'll be some dudes like, oh, them legs or some shit like that. I'm just like,
I
what
have a
the
beard
fuck?
back screen for that reason.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, that's smart, and that's what people should do. But like, oh, them legs, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Like, it all comes down to, and I've said this before on multiple podcasts, but it all comes down to decorum. Like, it's all within the humor of the room. Like, play it by ear. Like, if you go in there and everyone's like fucking being flirty with each other and like being nasty, then sure, you know, like join in on the fun. But if you go in and everyone's being friendly and everyone's having a good time and you're just like, oh, them legs, you're just a fucking weirdo. You know?
Yeah, and I have a community that it flip-flops like that. They'll be like super flirty and they'll say shit. But at the same time, for whatever reason, there's a reason why, there's a story, but I'm dad to my stream.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Go ahead.
You heard about that? You heard about Hey Dad?
Yeah, I see your hat, and then I see like all these gifts. I love all your gifts, by the way.
Oh man, I'm so grateful for the community that clips things. I have like 6 gifers in my Discord, and I'll post, and they're like, "I got you." It's like a gifts all the time. I love it. I love it so much because that's all my alerts are gifts. So I can't remember quite where it came from, but I remember it got big when I was playing Dream Daddy. And
that explains everything.
I just was playing the character, you know. I became that dad that's dating dads, you know. And because I was Hey Mom for a while, where I don't remember what happened. One of my regulars was starting to be real shitty, and I was like, you can't do this. I was just punishing him essentially like a mom does a child. And they're like, you need to stop parenting. I was like, don't tell me what to do, you know. And so that became a thing. It became Hey Mom because of that. And then with that, it became Hey Dad. So it became Hey Parent. Like it was a whole thing. And then Spencer's sells dad hats. And they had the dad hat. And I was like, yes, this is perfect. And I wear it so often. And it's just hilarious because it's became a whole thing now. And I love it. I love it so much. But the gifts are great funny. Too. Because it gets a lot of interaction from people, you know. They're like, why the hell are you Hey Daddy? Boy, do I got a story for you, you know. It's entertaining. People get a fucking words, reminisce about like past things that had happened. It's yeah. I love it.
No, I mean, like, you would be surprised by how common it is. Because we do a lot of, you know, scouting, obviously, for this podcast. We go through Twitch and just kind of look at new streamers and check out different channels and stuff. And you'd be surprised how many people actually go by dad or daddy or something like that to their community. And you're the first one that I've seen that's a female. So
yeah. Bloody Faster, I know, is daddy on Twitter. I don't know how she does it with her stream, but I know she's daddy on Twitter. I don't know. It was hilarious to me to embrace daddy. And yeah. I feel like it's less creepy. Like if people were calling me mom, it's a little weird. But to call a woman daddy, I don't know. I've had this conversation on stream too. We talk about a lot of things. I like the IRL stream and we just kind of hang out and we talk kind of like we'll go over a bunch of different topics. Bullshit. Like
you're basically everyone's therapist.
Yeah, I'm a therapist, but we always end up on relationship stuff every time. Oh, and I don't know how it gets there. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. You know how many relationships I failed? You know, I get bullshit reasons. Like, you really should listen to my advice, you know. But we were talking about Tinder, and I was like, I don't get how people can have that daddy kink. I don't get it. And I had a Tinder date and he told me to call him daddy, and I've never had a switch so fast. I was like, I want to go home, man. I can't do this. I can't take it in a serious manner. It's not sexy to me.
He said that to you in person. Call me daddy.
In person, in the moment, weird. Like during, you know. And I can't, you know. And I like sharing these kind of stories with my community because it's always hilarious to have the reactions, you know. Because people are like, what the fuck is wrong with people, you know?
That's funny.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. I don't like, not to kink shame. People are into it, you know, like whatever. But for me, I can't take it seriously. It's weird. I have a daddy. It's my birth dad, and I will never call another man seriously daddy. It's just I can't. I can't, you know. But for me to become Hey Daddy on stream, it's hilarious. It's a meme, you know. And I feel like if people try to sexualize it, I'm just like, you can't make this into a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like
we were talking before the podcast actually started. Like I was kind of scrolling through some tweets, just creeping, and there's a GIF from a couple weeks ago where it has the "Call Me Daddy" just do it. And like I was sitting here, I was talking to a son, and I was like, it's gonna be kind of weird, but I was like, I've been watching this GIF going for like 2 or 3 straight minutes, and now I'm kind of started to get creeped out.
I have a bunch of really creepy GIFs too that I'll post, especially like around Halloween, because I was a doll last year for Halloween, and I wanted a GIF so badly. I would do creepy things every now and again, and I love my Zoom cams.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all seen those. I love them because I'll get closer.
The GIF of you with the like eyebrows raising with the other thing. That one was great.
That's my favorite GIF. One of my mods made it for me. I love it so much. It's my donation GIF or alert. It's That's just really hilarious. Good, yeah. And when he first made it, I kept watching it like on a loop for like 10 minutes because I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny to me because someone had gifted to where it was just the Zoom. That was all that it was. And then he went back and added the guy to it. I lost my mind. It was hilarious. I love the things that people go back and find just to GIF. I have a whole folder on my computer of different things people have made me. Some creepy ones, some like lewdy ones of me winking.
Yeah.
I like to be weird. I like to make things weird. It's it's fun, you know,
Well-
to have people's reactions. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I mean like, okay, when I was in college, this awkward humor is some of my favorite humor. Like, I love The Office because of that. It's complete awkward humor
Oh yeah.
for a TV show.
Mhm.
So like in college, I'd be that guy that's like on an elevator, and I'd be like the guy with the dad jokes that's like, "So, how's the weather?" And just everyone's looking at me like I'm the fucking
What
weirdest.
the fuck?
Yeah, like I just love that humor to myself. So that's whatever. But that's funny that you like to actually do that on stream. I
Oh,
mean, it's
yeah.
interesting.
I like
But-
getting the Zoom cams and just staring at the camera too sometimes. Like a troll will come in and say something stupid, and I'll just Zoom cam and just stare at the camera for a few minutes, and I'm like, okay, and I'll go back to what I was doing. Like, not even answer, just stare. I could send y'all so many gifts.
Speaking of, like, yeah, definitely send them. But speaking of, your latest tweet, we both found interesting that you posted just today. About trying
Oh,
ASMR on your
ASMR,
stream.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I played Doki Doki Literature Club a while back, right?
Oh
Love that,
my
yeah.
god.
When I read the poetry, I did voices for all the characters, right? And
Okay.
I would get real close up to the mic, and I would just whisper the poems to them at one point, and it just became hilarious. I am beta partnered right now with Stream Gifts. It's I'm
Mhm.
gonna do a plug. Don't mind me.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a like more safe and secure way for people to send streamers gifts and stuff without like needing their address. And Amazon's been giving people's information away, so it's just a better
Oh,
way
shit.
for people to do that. So I was beta partnered with them, and one of my packages came with bubble wrap, and I was like, I wonder what this sounds like. So I put the bubble wrap up to the mic and just sat there and did it for a few minutes. And everyone was weirdly like, I like that. People
Oh
were
my
into the bubble wrap. And so I was like,
Hell
I was like,
yeah.
fuck it, you know? So I sat there and I played with bubble wrap for a few more minutes, and then like new people were coming in, and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing?
What the fuck?
This is ASMR, guys. Because I was talking today actually about how I don't like ASMR videos. It gives me anxiety. I just they make me super uncomfortable
Yes.
because the cutting of stuff, like the sand, there's that slow sound.
Yeah.
It makes my heart race. I can't stand it. It doesn't make me soothe. It just I hate it. But my community, they seem to like it. So I was like, you know what? I might start reading things to you guys or something. Because I liked doing the Doki Doki stuff. That was fun, reading poetry to them and
Yeah.
stuff. I was like, I can just read to you guys. That way I'm streaming, I'm reading, and I get to be creepy every now and again. Because I'll pull the mic forward and I'll like look at the camera and I'll just like, is this weird?
Yeah, just whisper everything.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't get ASMR either. I don't get anything from it. Like, I've seen, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Amaranth on
Yeah,
Twitch.
I've seen her.
She's like the top ASMR streamer. And there's like thousands of people watching her like rub two sides of a mic, and I'm just like,
I hate those
That's
videos.
the shit that makes me
I
uncomfortable.
hate the
Oh
mic
my
videos.
god.
Because like it's left
Yeah.
suddenly and then it's right, and it's like why I don't like it moving from ear to ear. I can't
yeah.
I can't stand it.
But
the sound it makes is
It's not nice. It's not a good sound. It's not
It's
comforting.
not.
And I also don't like the slime videos of people like sticking their fingers in the slime.
What the fuck?
I hate those videos.
I've not seen that.
yeah,
It'd probably creep me out.
So I find it very therapeutic for whatever reason. And I'll watch them on mute because I can't stand the music they put on them. But makeup videos. Like, I don't wear a
Oh
lot of
my
makeup.
God,
I
that's
don't know
my
how to
girlfriend.
do makeup, but I love watching makeup videos. Because it's weirdly
Mhm.
soothing to watch. Also, like, it was real popular on Facebook a while back, where they would freeze paint and they would chop it up and mix it and stuff.
oh yeah.
That was really soothing. I don't know. I like paint stuff, so that was always real cool to watch. But as far as like ASMR, no, I can't stand it. People eating, oh my god. Or like the nails on the microphones. Well, they'll do like the
Oh,
cleaning thing.
yeah.
I can't. Drives me insane.
The fucking coconuts
Yeah,
clacking
Yeah,
together
it's.
like a fucking horse. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know how
like,
that's soothing to anybody.
There's,
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, like if you're listening to like nature sounds when I'm going to bed, that can be soothing and help me go to bed. But I don't get any, like, I know the feeling that ASMR people are getting because there is something that someone can do. Like this sounds so fucking weird the way I'm setting this up. There is like, okay, when people tinker with something, like if you have a Rubik's Cube and you're just trying to figure out the Rubik's Cube and I'm watching you, that puts me in like a natural high state where I'm just like staring at you trying to figure something out and I just feel great. I don't know what it is. I just feel like Zen, like meditation, like great.
Nope, I don't feel that.
Yeah, I don't get what it is, but I'm guessing that's what the ASMR people are getting from listening to these sounds is they just get in this relaxed state where they just feel great. So I don't get it. Like there's anything I've ever watched with ASMR, I'm just like, this is just noises. I don't get it, but
whatever.
Dude, I'm starting ASMR.
You're starting ASMR. You're gonna get the two
Hell
mics
yeah.
and start talking.
There's a lot of weird shit out there that can like make you a lot of money in the sense of like, we talked about this a long time ago, Nathan, but there's like people on YouTube that will literally videotape their foot.
Did y'all see
and,
that?
like,
yeah.
just like
feet were
lotioning
trending
up their
on Twitter?
foot.
Huh?
Feet
Do
were
what now?
trending on Twitter for a little bit.
Oh
Like,
God.
No.
Oh my god. It was a day or two or whatever, but people were liking tweets about getting into foot fetish videos or something. Like you can make a lot of money by just taking pictures of your feet and
Yeah.
put them online. I was like,
Yeah.
why? You know, like,
Yeah, but like
I got some gnarly ass looking feet,
Yeah, me
so
too.
I'm not gonna post the pictures of my feet.
Oh, no.
on
If I had-
Twitter, but
No.
but if I had nice looking feet, I would consider it because no one knows who you are.
yeah, and I
It's
get
just your
that,
feet.
but
It's like the best kind
They're-
of way to make money.
there are foot models though, dude. Like there are legitimate models that have their
Yeah.
like pictures taken of their feet for like magazines, and they make their living off of it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't like it so much is because I worked in the store once and a customer stopped me to take a picture of my shoe.
Mhm.
And I was wearing like gray Vans. Nothing special about them, you know, just normal shoes. And they
Right.
were like, "Can I take a picture of your shoe?" I was like, I guess.
Get the fuck
And he
out
like
of here.
squats down, picks up my foot and takes picture and is like, "Thank you," and leaves. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get on like the microphone
Oh my
Uh,
god.
and I asked like my coworkers, like, what is this about? And he's like, oh, he just does that sometime. I'm like, what? There's just some
He
random
definitely
guy
put
that
that-
comes in and takes pictures of women's feet. And like, he'll get guys sometimes too. I'm like, that's just weird. Whatever.
He definitely took
There's-
that home
There's foot
and put it in
fetish,
his
dude.
Rolodex in his spank bank.
Oh my god. Like the whole thing with like sucking on your toes. and
Gross,
stuff. Like if
no.
my wife
Ugh.
ever tried to like suck on my toes, first of all, I'd be like, hey man, like I haven't like cleaned under my toenails in a long time.
Gross.
Feet wear me out,
but-
man. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got a foot massage while we were on a cruise a couple years ago, and it was super awkward. This lady was just like staring me in the face, trying to have conversation while she was rubbing my feet, and I was like, "This is kind of awkward."
For the longest
I'm not
time,
gonna
I
lie.
couldn't have anybody's feet touch my feet. So, like, you know how you're in bed cuddling with your partner? I
Yeah.
couldn't have their feet touch my feet. Every time they would touch, I'd move, and they would follow, and I'd move again. I just can't.
Oh, I hate that shit.
I
I
couldn't
don't
do
mind
it
that.
for the longest time. I can do it now. I kind of got over that, but
It's too hot. Too much body
Yeah, that's
heat.
the thing for me is like half the time I don't even cuddle because it's just too hot.
Yeah, don't fucking touch me. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm in Texas. We're on fire right now.
Yeah, I bet.
Oklahoma's not much better
No,
right
the
now.
whole
Like,
U.S.
we
is
were
on
in-
fire. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
This
I'm just not
100-degree
gonna
weather
comment
needs to go
because
away.
Forever.
I'm not gonna comment because I live in Seattle right now and
Yeah.
it's actually not half bad.
Lucky you.
It's a nice 72 degrees up here.
Well, I'll take
It still
72
feels hot
degrees
to
over
me, but-
97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, We've already hit an hour, so we're going to go ahead and go to our random question before we close out the show. So, this is a different one than we've ever done, but if you were on an island, Haley, and you could bring one video game and one TV show with you to get you by, what would they be?
For the rest of eternity, you're stuck.
I hate
For the
these
rest
kind of
of eternity, that would
questions
suck.
because there's so many things out there. So, like, you ever like go on a first date and they're like, "So, what's your favorite movie?" I hate that question.
Yeah.
I hate any
Yeah.
kind of question like that. Favorite band, favorite song. I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yep.
That's
too
Okay,
much.
let's not do eternity because no matter what it is, you'll get bored of it. So let's say,
Well, I have
year.
some games that I've played over and over again, like Fable 2. I've played over and over again so many times that I
good
don't get
choice.
tired of it, you know?
wasn't that the bad one?
No.
Fable 2?
Fable 4 or whatever. It's not Fable 4, it's not the name of it. I forget the name of it, but it was the one that they did for the Connect. That was the bad one.
Fable 2
Yeah,
is good.
Fable 2 is good. I liked 3 a whole lot. I haven't finished the first one. But Fable 2, I would definitely... That's the first one that comes to mind anyway. As far as movie goes, man, that's fucking hard.
Well, it's not like it can be a
TV
movie,
show.
but like a TV
Oh, a
show,
TV
like
show.
all the seasons, like all the seasons of a TV show.
I feel like I've seen 30 Rock the most out of like
It's a good
any
show.
show that I've seen over and over again. That or like Futurama. Those are two shows that I know I've binge watched over and over again and could probably do it again, you know?
Yeah. All right. What about you, Nathan?
Like, are we putting the stipulation on since we're on an island, we don't have internet? Like, you got to answer that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
a
mean,
good point.
yeah. You don't have it.
So we don't-
You
we
can't,
don't
you
have
can't do
internet,
like an
okay.
online because if you have like an MMO, it's gonna keep coming out with patches. Like you can get by with that easily.
Fuck. That really cuts it down, dude.
Yeah, I know,
'Cause
'cause you
I
would've
don't
picked
play
World of
fucking
Warcraft, so I
single
get
player
it.
games. A single player game that I'd have to pick. Probably gonna have to go with Age of Empires if it's non.
Which one?
Two, of
two.
course.
Of course.
That
Are
was
you-
the first game I ever played, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, I actually have
such a
that
good
here in
game.
my show notes. I just didn't bring it up because I'm weird. But
What?
Yeah, it's on my panel on my stream page.
yeah, that's
It's
where I
like
got it off
oh,
of.
frequently
shit.
asked questions. Kind of like frequently asked questions.
Hold on, before you answer, Nathan, do you actually still play Age of Empires 2, Haley?
Oh yeah, not as much as I used to, but
Oh
yeah,
my-
I still play.
I was just gonna say, oh my god, we're gonna have to get together. Okay, so Zaretta, which is one of our APM sponsored streamers, and then Kilroy, Nathan, and we all play Age of Empires 2.
Oh
And we
yeah.
could just get a huge game together and just all play. It'd be
Hell
awesome.
I'm trying to load up Steam right now. I want to see how many hours I have on it. My go-to race is always Byzantines.
Oh,
My ex used to get mad at me because we would play against a bunch of AI, and
Mhm.
he was like, "Let's go against each other." I was like, "Okay." And I like to cheese it a little bit. I'll make just an army of the cavalry,
Mhm.
and it's basically like a horde that'll just keep attacking,
Yeah.
and they'll just slowly all die out. But you can take out castles, you know, with a full stack of cavalry.
Yeah.
He would hate it. He's like, "I'm building like different kinds of everything to come get you." And I'll build wall around wall around wall. It would irritate the hell out of him.
I hate cataphracts so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
they
bit.
make me sick.
Yeah, I liked it. Like my favorite part of the game, and sometimes I hate this about it, but I always like to play random civilization. So, because I like a surprise of what I have to change my play style depending on what civilization I end up getting.
Mm.
But as
I've had to start doing that so that I'm learning new tactics.
it's a lot of fun. But overall, my favorite is the Mongols. Like, just end game, they're like unbeatable if you just play them right.
Yeah. I only have 103 hours. I thought I had more, but
I think most of our time on Age of Empires is long before it became a Steam thing.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
we started playing Age of Empires back when Conquer's the expansion was like the
Yeah, when
thing.
we had like
they
the
hadn't-
CD-ROMs.
well, this
Fuck
is
yeah.
just on my computer because I
Okay.
played it when I was like real young on my stepdad's
Yeah, that
computer.
was
I mean, I have so many more hours on it. Just Steam alone is
you know,
that.
like 1999, like I was playing, like Age of Empires, it's still my favorite RTS by far. I just
So
love
good.
it so much. Anyway,
There was a Star Wars version of it that was pretty good too.
Star Wars version of it?
I don't remember the name of it, but they had a Star Wars version.
Huh. That's interesting.
No, I never played that one.
Anyway, we got sidetracked a little bit there. So go ahead, Nathan.
So, Age of Empires for the game, and then you're gonna laugh because you always do and make fun
Oh
of my
my
TV show
god,
choices.
don't say it.
I
Seriously,
can't,
it's
dude,
that
it's a
good to you?
throw-up.
It's that good to you?
Dude, it is. It has a little bit of everything in
Oh
it.
my.
I need to know.
Okay, so I'm a huge medical drama.
Oh
TV
no,
show
you're not
watcher.
going to say ER, are you? Or,
No, not ER.
It's the other one.
So
uh,
it's the other one.
what's the other one? It
Okay,
escapes
so
me.
I can't
Oh
say
my god, just fucking say
which
the name.
one because it's a tie between the two.
Oh, okay.
It would either have to be House, which is a terrific TV show,
Haven't
or
seen
Grey's
it.
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. No,
Okay,
Oh,
I
it's
can
so good.
I can let
No,
it
I
pass if it's House. But if it's Grey's Anatomy, dude, like get out of
I was
Dude.
really hoping for Scrubs, man. You know,
Don't
you
even
failed
at me, bro. Don't
you
even
have failed
at me.
here.
Dude, Grey's Anatomy is so good. I'll take that to my grave, man.
I've heard
probably-
good things about it, but I personally can't get into it.
Yeah.
Dude, they kill off all my characters. Like, it's one of the TV shows where, like, they started killing my characters and I, like, become emotionally attached. And I was kind of getting pissed for a while.
I know the feeling.
So,
For
that's
me,
mine.
damn, video game. I don't play a lot of first person video games, but I'm probably going to have to go with Age of Empires because that has the most replay value
Mhm.
out of anything if I have to
Oh.
keep replaying it.
Borderlands 2 is another one that I could
I
have
couldn't
picked.
get into Borderlands.
I loved it. I played so much of it, especially on the stream, like around when I was starting to get. I'm not a big streamer, but when I was like growing my community, that was a game that I was really into for a while.
Like another one I could,
Borderlands and Bioshock I couldn't do. I don't know why.
yeah.
Bioshock scared me. I'm a wuss, dude. I
Same.
scary games give me anxiety.
I don't watch horror
Mm.
movies.
I can't either. But I recently played Bioshock, but when it came out, I couldn't do it. I can watch people play games, but as far as me being the person playing, I can't.
I can't even watch people doing it. Terrible.
I love horror. I love the genre. I love games. I love the thrill.
Something fucked up with your head.
Wow.
He likes the thrill.
I like a thrill, bro.
Hell yeah.
For the video game, I guess like yeah, Age of Empires 2, but I could also this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I really enjoyed like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. If you've
No.
never
On Sega?
Yeah, on Sega Dreamcast. And the reason I bring those up is they don't really have that much replayability in the storyline. But dude, I could spend hours upon hours taking care of like the Chow. It's like a little like Pokemon thing in the game.
Yeah,
And you like
I remember that.
raise them and they turn into different things and it's like all random and it's just I spent so many hours on that. So just because yours is Age of Empires, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Sonic Adventure 1.
Hell yeah.
Actually 2. We'll go 2. Which doesn't even matter. But the TV show, even though I've watched it already like 8 times all the way through, I will still continue to watch it over and over for some reason, and that's The Office. Like,
I like The Office,
yeah.
but it's not a show that I could watch.
Oh my god.
I
for
can't get
eternity,
into it.
You know,
They're so fucking dumb.
I-
I just can't handle
I
it.
introduced my girlfriend to it, and now we've both watched it like 4 times through, and it's still our show that we turn on when we're going to bed. It's just what we have on while we're going to bed. That's every night.
Yeah, it's so bad it puts you to sleep.
No, it's just we've seen the episode, so we just go to sleep.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, if it helps you go to sleep, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
No,
kidding.
It's a good show, and it is a good show. It's not like the greatest show out there,
It's definitely
but
the
it
greatest
is
show out there.
definitely no.
Yeah,
No.
it's not.
It's probably not the greatest show
it
out
is-
there.
it is a
It's
good
just,
show.
for me, it's the replayability of it. Because, like, I could have said Game of Thrones, but I think after, like, two times all the way through, I'd be like, oh, shit, that's, like, way too much, like,
Yeah.
emotion for me to rewatch it again right now.
And I feel like picking a show that has a bunch of seasons too, though. By the time you get to the beginning again,
That's true.
It's
you
like
haven't
brand
seen it in
new.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Futurama I feel like is a good choice because like the
Yeah, I love
last
Futurama.
episode of the last season, it brings you back to the first episode.
Oh, really?
So it's literally an eternal loop. Yeah,
I never watched the end
they're
of it, the very end.
yeah it stopped. They stopped time or something. They break time essentially, and so they Leela and Fra are the only ones that can move and live, so they grow old together. And the professor comes back, I think, and he's like, we can do it all over again," or something. And they go back to the first episode.
Actually, I do
So-
remember this.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
So yeah, you can basically watch the show for a forever loop because it is literally a loop.
Yeah, I really liked
Huh.
the first few seasons of Futurama, but after that, it just kind of got weird. Wasn't as good for me.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy the show. That could be a show for sure that I would watch. Family Guy is the same thing. Like, I love like the first 8 seasons, and now it's like the same shit.
I jump around for what I like for
Yeah.
Family Guy. Some older episodes are meh. Some newer ones are meh.
Anyway, so yeah, we have burned now an hour and 10 minutes. Sorry for keeping you, but I had a lot of fun, Haley. I hope you did as well. I know this is your
I had a great time.
first podcast, so I hope that went well for you.
Most definitely.
If people want to reach out to you or check out your stuff or check you out on social media, how can they do that?
Yeah, I am, like I said earlier, the Great Haley on all social medias. I claimed them all so no one else could. So Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to follow my YouTube, you can. I don't post on it. It's just kind of there so that I could have it, you know. There's clips that are there, you know. Go give me views.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
I'll post on it.
There you go. Yeah, we'll have all that in the show notes. And we'll make sure that if any new social media ever comes out, I'll make sure and grab the name real quick so you can't have it.
Well, that's rude. It's very
It's fucked
rude.
up deep down.
All right, guys. Other than that, any last thoughts?
Oh,
No?
All right. Well, we will see you guys next week.
goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Thank you so much for listening to the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, we would love to hear your feedback, which can be sent to coldonepodcast@gmail.com or leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us gauge how we can make this podcast better for your enjoyment. If you would like to contact us, you can do that through our email or follow us on social media, which is @coldonepodcast for Twitter and Facebook. We are now on Spotify as well as most podcast apps in existence, but if you prefer to listen to it online, head on over to our website, actionsperminute.net, for the latest episodes, a link to the APM Network Discord, or to check out any of our APM sponsored streamers. And lastly, if you like what we do, tell your friends and spread the good word. Thank you again, and remember,